The views and opinions expressed by the host do not necessarily state or reflect those of the company and its management. Furthermore, the views and opinions of the guest do not reflect those of the host, the show, the management, and the network.
Hearts That Listen. Sama-sama sa TLC.
Good
evening!
Good
evening,
evening,
everyone!
Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Magandang gabi, Coach Senas.
Hello, Coach Sisoy.
Okay, so welcome to ChooseDay.
Choose Family Tuesday. So tonight we have yet another very interesting topic, Dad.
Indeed, very interesting.
Right? And hopefully this will guide you, our dear viewers, our dear parent viewers out there, and of course, Coach Sisoy and myself, no, in our journey to become better parents
every day. So we are work in progress. Like
every day.
Every day.
Yes. Okay. So, Dad, no. So, first of all, I'll start off with a question, Dad.
Mm-hmm.
Growing up, who was your role model?
Okay, akala ko ako yung model. Okay, kasi I can relate, no? Kasi, di nyo siguro, I have a confession to make. I was a model kasi before.
Model?
Deliver of tambal.
Nice.
Anyway, going back to the question. No? Yeah, I more of my, mama's boy ako eh.
Mm-hmm.
So, siya yung model ko, yung mama ko.
Why?
Okay, kasi si mama ko,
Si Mama Landa.
Mama Landa. Kasi, siya eh, she was not able to go to college, high school actually. Elementary lang siya. Okay, nakita ko yung niya eh, yung porsige niya sa pamilya. Ang galing niya magluto. No? Okay. She was the one who taught me how to yung mga chores sa bahay, maglaba, magplansya, everything siya nagturo sa akin.
Alright.
Kaya para sa akin siya yung model ko. Okay? On one hand. No, but again, mayroon ako nakikita sa dad ko, but more on my mom side.
Yeah.
More on my mom side. So ikaw, love, no? Sino naman yung model mo?
Okay, so if ang model mo si Mama Landa, akin naman si Dada Boy, no? My dad, all right? Because in the family, we're a family of 5 daughters, no? So 5 Maria yan, no? So therefore, Dada Boy is the only boy, no? Of course, so that's 6 ladies that he has to contend with, no? So he's the only boy, our Dada Boy, no? And but why do I look up to him? It's because madiskarte kasi si Papa. He actually moved up the ranks, no, in his career, no, and I think he was just 6 months into his job that he was right away promoted. No? So he showed us dedication towards work. At the same time, yung nakikita talaga namin every day is how he deals with people.
Okay.
Alam mo yun, parang he has this knack of making people laugh.
Yes, very natural.
Yes, very natural, and putting them at ease, And so with what he has shown us, he has actually shown us that life can be difficult, but it shouldn't be like taken too seriously. We can laugh at ourselves, no, and laugh with others as well. And so growing up, that is what we were looking up to, no, si Papa. Of course, Mama was also, demonstrating some very, very good motherly model roles, no? But I think because si Papa kasi was the only boy, as I said, so siya yung nag-stand out in the family.
Yes. No?
No? So,
So dada ka, ako mama.
yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. Pero let's define what is a role model, Dad?
Okay, what is a role model?
Mm-mm,
Okay,
mm-mm.
kasi, diba, yung title natin, ano yung title natin ngayon muna?
Who is your role model?
Okay, no, as children, no,
As
sino yung
children,
model ngayon.
yes.
So, before po sagutin yan, i-share ko yung insight ko about role modeling, no? Sa mga viewers natin, no, you can type,
Yes,
no,
please.
participate, no, with us, join us in this, journey, no,
Yes.
in
In?
Hindi. Para natin malalaman kung sino talaga yung help us discover yung mga role models natin. Ano yung mga characteristics nila? No? Ano yung mga experience ninyo doon sa mga role models ninyo?
And how role modeling actually impacts the character or the development of our children.
Yes.
So, okay, let's go back then. What is a role model?
Okay, role modeling daw is one of the most powerful tool na we can have in our parenting, tool to influence the direction of our children, character, whatever their age. So, no matter hindi ibig sabihin na bata or matanda, we can have still influence sa kanila. We use to best advantage daw. We can pass on the values we want our children to adopt so that they become the adults we would like them to be.
Yes.
Okay?
So in other words, yung role model is that person that you look up to.
Yes.
No? And so therefore, when you say you look up to so that you can imitate them.
Yes.
So these are
yung mga tao na nag-set ng example sa iyo.
Example, right? So they actually demonstrate behaviors, no? Na gusto mong sundin, or probably they have established success na gusto mo din sundin.
Yung bang palagi nating nilalagay, how to be you.
Yes.
Diba? Yun, how to be you po.
No? So, yun. So, yun, role models. No? So, all of us actually look up to somebody. It can be your parent, it can be a relative, it can be your teacher.
Yes.
Diba? So, but there is that characteristic of that person na gusto mong sundin, no? Or gusto mong
and especially
emulate.
Parents. Whether we like it or not daw. No, we are really models to our children.
Yes.
Okay.
And so therefore the next question that we'd like to be answered tonight is, ano yung impact of role modeling to child development?
Yes, sige na. Simulan mo. Okay, simulan
Well,
mo.
actually, role modeling kasi has impact on everything, no? As a child grows up, right? So, for example, from how you react or how you relate to somebody that you meet on the street, probably, no? Or how you build relationships. Okay, nakikita ng bata yan eh. Or how you manage stress.
Yes.
Mabilis ba magalit si mom? No? Or how respectful are you towards others? Okay, or perhaps how you take care of yourself, diba?
Yeah.
So,
and where in fact, na-identify yung mga bata, because of the parents. Diba palagi natin sinasabi, like father, like son. Diba? Yung, she is definitely her mother's daughter.
yes.
Diba? Kasi na-identify.
Or the fruit did not fall far from the tree.
From the tree, okay.
Yung sa Bisaya, Dad, liwat.
Liwat yun ka sa inyong papa. Okay, liwat yun ka
Or
sa
sa
inyong
Tagalog,
mama.
I'm not very sure how it's said in
Yeah,
Tagalog.
hindi ako masyadong magaling sa
Sige,
Tagalog.
i-research ko yan.
But yun, children are really reflection of the parents talaga.
Yeah, so therefore we can say that a child's role model actually, can have positive or negative impact on him. Okay, so syempre sabihin, most of you will probably say, role model, bakit dapat positive lang, walang negative, di ba? But we have to accept that role models are actually humans too, nobody's perfect.
Yes.
And so therefore, role models can actually also make mistakes. They can make wrong decisions or make wrong choices.
Yeah, yun ang mahirap eh. Sa being role model kasi yun na nga, our wiring is towards really on the positive side.
But there are times that unconscious tayo, nagkakamali tayo, diba? So therefore, it is very important. The role of the parent now is very important that when a role model na tinitingnan ni child, whether tayo yan or somebody else, si parent or whoever is the significant adult around that child should be there to be able to help the child discern whether that word that is spoken or the behavior
Kaya nga,
is
as parents, no, ang
acceptable or
point
not.
namin ni Cochenas dito is we have to be aware, no,
Yes.
that indeed we are role models. So number one, no, dapat no, mayroon tayong role.
Yeah.
No? So ang gusto natin that the kids, no, will be able to see ano yung mga positive.
Yes.
Yun yung palagi natin talagang
Yeah.
focus.
Ang ano din dyan, Dad, minsan we also have to accept that there are times na, of course we'd like to be the role models,
Yes.
right? And when they're very young, they really look at us as being role models. But as they grow older, when they grow up, they also look outside, no? And they have role models outside. And so therefore, that's where we as parents come in, no? Na parang we have to make sure na itong tinitingnan nila or itong tinitingala nila, tama ba? Is that the right term?
Yes, oo.
Actually, can be models of the right values and behaviors to our children.
Yes.
So
hindi
very
lang sa
important
parents,
yan.
but I just want also to, tama ba? Yung mga guardians din.
Guardians,
Oo,
teachers, very
di ba?
important.
Ang guardians, tama ba yung mga katulong sa bahay?
Katulong. Yes.
Oo, kasi
Yes,
minsan,
because
di ba?
sila minsan iniiwan natin sa kanila.
Or most of the
Oo.
times, di ba? Kagaya, di ba, yung anak natin, di ba?
Oo.
Oo, pan sila. Kasi yung isa English,
Oo.
yung isa Bisaya,
Bisaya.
yung isa Tagalog.
Oo. Konyo.
O, Konyo, kasi yung yaya namin before was Tagalog.
Oo.
So, malaki yung
Yeah.
influence niya doon sa anak namin.
Oo. And so, even the behavior, no,
Yes.
na-absorb din.
Absorb
Na,
unconsciously. Doon
Yes.
natin alam kasi most of the time, sila yung nandun.
correct.
Sila yung doon.
Oo. Again, okay, before that, of course, we have to look at ourselves
Yes.
first, no? That, we should work hard at being our children's role models
Yes.
daw.
So,
Diba? Tapos, Dad, di ba familiar ka dito sa poem na to? It's, di ba? Children live
live
what they learn, no? So this is by Dorothy Law Nolte.
Sige.
Diba? Ano ko ba? Recite ko ba? I'll just
Hindi.
recite the first few lines,
few
no?
lines lang.
Pero, di ba, this is the poem that goes, children learn what they live, no? So, if children live with criticism, they learn to fight.
Condemn.
Criticism, they learn to condemn. If children live with hostility, they learn to fight. If children live by ridicule, they learn to be shy, and so on. So,
Yes.
so what the poem is actually telling us is that children grow up to be the people that they see every day, no? Or they also grow up and live the lives that they have been taught
Yeah.
growing up. Okay, and what is being taught to them may not be deliberate lessons. That these are observations. These are interpretations of the things that that they see and hear every day, no, from the people around them.
Yeah, so ang point dito is that karamihan kasi pag sinabi natin na ano yung puno sa yung bunga. So parang focus natin hereditary. Okay, it's nature. But again, ang gusto naming ni Coach Senas ito is the nurture side. So the environment we're in, yun yung nagmo-mold talaga kung ano yung magiging ng bata. Magiging template niya paglaki niya.
Yes. Okay. And so actually we as I said, we are really role models, no? So from the moment that we held our children, no? our babies in our hands, no? So, di ba, very early on, they tend to imitate us. Minsan yung tone ng voice mo, di ba? Yung pagka-start pa lang, tone ng voice mo, sinusunod nila yan, ini-imitate nila yan. And then when they start to communicate, they follow your gestures, di ba? And then later on, which starts to become scary, Dad, they follow, no? They use the words that we use,
Yes,
di
kasi
ba?
tayo natuturo sa kanila Wala mo silang alam. Tabula rasa yan, di ba? Meaning empty yan sila So, kung anong tinuturo, di ba, ng mga parents, yun talaga yung nang-absorb.
Oo.
Okay.
So minsan, like for example, we get very surprised, di ba, na parang, where did you learn that, di ba?
TV.
no? So yung mga ganyan, no? So example na lang, no? So I have parang anak ng family friend namin, no? When we were very young, no? So we were just very surprised because the little kid just, all of a sudden we were having, a simple family dinner together, and this little kid picked up his slippers and started to spank something on the floor. No, so he was saying, ikaw talaga, bad ka, ganito, ganyan. So tinitingnan namin kung ano yon. So actually pala, he was, trying to kill some ants on the floor. No, so and the mom was actually telling, my mom also at the time, saying, he actually was saying everything that I was telling him when I was spanking him for something. Okay, so that was a realization for the mom, no? So parang kopya talaga lahat, pati yung tono, pati yung pagbitbit ng slippers, diba? So that was like, and it was good because early on nakita yun ng mom, no? So parang ano siya, parang alarm to my tita. Yes, oo. No? So, and then, ikaw dad, may example ka ba ng mga ganun sa mga bata?
Hindi, akong one experience na hindi ko malimutan about that is yung pumunta kami sa Cebu, no, nabili kami ng bulad. Bulad. So they
dried
were, di ba, dried fish. Yung mga bata, di ba, malalapit yan sa iyo. And sabi niya, sir, nagayabang ka, sir, no. Yung father niya, no, nahuli lang kahapon kasi may daw ginagawa na masama. Yung isa naman sir, mabuti pa yung dad ko, hindi pa siya nahuhuli. Okay, but again, for me, it impacts talaga.
Yeah.
Kasi it reflects doon sa talaga, parental nila.
Yeah. And when children start to grow up, no, so from infancy, and then they grow up, and now they start to observe us, how we relate to other people. Okay, that's what I was saying earlier. Are we being respectful? Diba? How do we treat people in the streets? How do we talk to, let's say, so yung mga sales ladies sa mall, yung mga ino-observe nila yan eh.
Yes.
Diba? Angie, you flashed something from Coach Loretta earlier. Yes. Hi, Coach. Good evening. Coach Loretta. Good evening. No? So, Coach Loretta says,
very important, especially for us parents. Walking the talk is very important. Friendship yan ang nakuha nila sa amin.
Yes.
Walking the talk. Kaya medyo mahirap na we frequently change ang yaya.
Yes.
Kaya lang medyo wala tayong control no? Sa mga yaya.
I like that, Coach. Values are caught, not taught. Yes. Oo.
Ganda.
So, yeah, so I was saying earlier, no, children observe, no, and they follow. So like, how do we relate to others? That's what I'm saying, no? Are we being respectful? Di ba? Pag galit ka, anong ginagawa mo sa ibang tao? Yung mga ganyan, no? And how do you manage difficult times? Ganyan.
Yes.
No?
And not only that, no, even how we view money.
Yes. How do you value money? Oo.
Kaaway kayo palagi sa pera. Expected din yan, no? Sila rin, no? Iba yung pananaw nila sa pera.
Or if, like, if they ask something, do you give right away?
Yes.
Diba? So, ganun pala yun. No? So, it's really role modeling, no?
Okay.
And teenagers, Dad, do you think they will look at us as role models?
Yes, no? Tawag nito. But mostly kasi ngayon ang mga teenagers look outside na kasi.
Yes.
No, marami na kasi silang nakikita.
Yeah.
They're really, gusto nila na ipa-follow, di ba? Ipa-follow nila yung nakikita nila sa labas.
However, that I just like to let you know also na parang teenagers daw, correct, no? Na they actually look at their parents, no, as role models, even if they will say they don't, even if they will deny it, but they actually still look at their parents, no, and see how their parents would react in times of crisis, no, in most difficult situations, or how they are when they are successful. Are they graceful or are they being mayabang? Yung mga ganyan. Or how committed are they to work?
Yes.
Diba? Doon nila nakikita na, how committed are my parents to delivering results at work or commitments at home, yung mga ganyan. No? So, yan, nakikita din nila yan.
Yeah, okay. We can study some show, no? May research na ginawa niyan and they found out that, no, yung children whose parents are no, and no, yung worst side. Okay, dalawa kasi, the worst and the better side, di ba? Yung worst side naman, example, smoker yung parents daw, most likely yung may mga anak din, no? Mga smoker din sila. Yung halimbawa, alcoholic, no? Most likely daw mayroon din yan sa no, mangyayari sa mga bata. Okay, and sa positive side naman, no, pag maganda din yung mga pinapakita ng parents, that's why, di ba, maraming mga bata na they follow the footsteps of their parents. Di ba? O, kung teacher, gusto din na maging teacher. Di ba? Kung lawyer, gusto din maging lawyer. So, those are the two sides, no, of role modeling.
So what you're saying really is that role modeling can really either have a positive or negative.
Okay, so,
negative impact, no? Or so sige Dad, unahin mo. How does role modeling, how can it have negative impact?
Okay, so bago muna, no, ano yung negative role modeling? Okay, negative role modeling. No? Negative modeling is ano daw yun, no? Is any person who influence others in a negative way. Okay, so as parents, ang sinasabi namin dito is aware tayo. Aware tayo dito, okay? So based on research daw, ito yung mga common na nangyayari, no, as parents. So dapat batayan natin, or unconsciously ginagawa natin sa mga parents na nanonood ngayon. Okay? And sa mga would-be parents. It would be parents, no? Okay, so una, bad language. Mga bad languages na sinasabi natin. Di ba? Cursing. Di ba? Nagka-curse tayo, no? Yung mga crude languages. Di ba? Parang nakasanayan yan eh. Parang expression na nga eh. Expression. And hindi natin alam na yun pala napipick up ng mga bata.
And kasi when the child also picks it up, parang they feel so good because, you know, I'm able to say what my mom is saying or my dad is saying, di ba? So, ka-level na kami ng mommy ko. So, parang ganyan, no? But, of course, at the beginning, hindi nila pa nalalaman na it's bad eh. But because you're doing it, they're accepting it as the right behavior. Or,
Kasi kahit na sinasabi mo na, okay, masama yun pero ginagawa mo eh. Diba? So, they believe that is good kasi ginagawa ng parents ko eh.
Sinasabi mo, lumalabas sa bibig mo.
Okay.
Diba?
Yeah. And number 2 naman, no, yung mga bad habits. Sige, ano yung mga bad habits na gusto namin i-share, no? Yan, bad habits are smoking, drinking, di ba? Okay? Yan. And example ng smoking, di ba? I don't know kung conscious kayo nito. Yung mga bata kasi before lang, no? Yung mga daddy, minsan walang lighter, walang posporo. So, pwede mong sindihan to. And you light this up, di ba? So, yung mga bata naman, akala nila okay lang. Cool, di ba? Pero actually, yun yung nagsa-start sila.
Yes.
Na-acquire nila yung habit na ganito pala yun. So, parents also cannot say no kasi sila naman eh. Diba? So, at early age, unconsciously, mayroon na tayong intervention. No? Ginagawa na natin. Tinuturuan natin sila.
Correct. I remember when one time we had a visitor and syempre, di ba, in Davao, it was like ilang years na ba? 25 years na ba tayo na no smoking, no?
Yes.
So, dito sa city. So, it's very, very seldom that we are able to inhale smoke, no? So, pero one time we had a visitor from Manila and syempre, because, you know, feel at home eh. So, the visitor started to smoke, no? So, and of course, because we were wanting to be hospitable, hindi na lang kami nagsalita. But my daughter Gaby, she was like, I think 5 or 6 years old. Hinarap niya yung visitor. And she was like very, very, di ba, sweetly saying, "Hi, tita." Parang sabi niya, "Do you know smoking is bad for you?"
Yeah.
And, you know, it made the visitor quite awkward. And the visitor said, "Yeah, I know, Gabe." And then she asked, "So why are you still doing it?" Diba? So the child, the kids, no, they really do not lie, right? But yun ang
brutally honest.
Brutally honest. No, so one thing that we probably modeled na bawal ang smoking in the house or anywhere. But I think we also modeled how honest we can be or frank we can be. So yeah.
Yan. So number 3, no? Number 3 is mga relationship issues daw. Example, no? Ang common dito is nag-aaway palagi ang parents, di ba? So whatever issues na and nandun yung mga bata. Diba? Sabi nga nila daw, when two elephants are fighting, pity the grass. Okay, meaning yung mga parents are elephants, no, natatapakan yung mga bata, and no, yun din yung ano nila na it's normal na pag-awayan tong mga ganito. Kaya most likely daw, no, pag when they are also mature enough, no, magkaroon silang pamilya, most likely daw yun din yung mangyayari sa kanila. Okay.
Alright.
Oh, yan.
So let's fight.
Yeah. Paano lang tayo? Tawag nito ang ano dyan is, ano, pag nag-aaway, di ba? Isa kasi normal naman eh. So, ang kon talaga dyan is, pag yung isa apoy, dapat, ka lang, water ka lang.
Water ka lang, Dad.
Oo, kasi, di ba, kung dalawang apoy, masusunog ang bahay.
Okay.
So, yan palagi na sinasabi. Okay, number 4, yung temper. No? Ano yung temper? Okay, di ba? Yung ano?
Galit.
Galit. Palaging galit, palaging galit. So, ang masama pa dyan, kasi palagi yung bata ang
Palagi ang
pinapagalitan.
Oh, okay.
Wala namang kasalanan. Di ba? Walang kasalanan. Ikaw talaga yung ano namin, no? Badla ka sa buhay namin. Di ba? Ikaw yung ano, ano yung mga para na-acronym mo sa bata.
May ganon?
Di ba? Oo. Okay. Ikaw talaga yung malas sa buhay namin kasi nung pinanganak ka. So, yun ang bata.
Oh, wow.
Di ba? So, pag nakita niya, most likely ganun din yung gagawin niya sa anak niya. Okay? And lastly, no, yung ano, no, leading by example.
Yeah.
Mayroon akong experience nito. Okay? Kasi, di ba palaging sinasabi na, ano, bawal, okay, mag-text habang nagda-drive. So, yun yung, ano, kinumit ko sa mga anak ko. And unconsciously, when I was driving, no, may nag-text, automatic, di ba? Sinagot ko, I was driving kasi okay naman. And yeah, no, yung perpetual daughter namin na nagko-correct. Okay.
Sino si Gaby na naman yan?
Sino naman yan? Sabi sa akin, no, Daddy, di ba? Don't forget, di ba? That texting while driving is not good.
Correct.
Okay.
Tama naman
yeah,
yun.
Tama naman din yan. But yun na nga di ba? Ang point ko lang dito is sometimes you are preaching. Di ba? And yet, dapat tayo yung mauna. Okay, tayong mauna mag-follow. Diba? Example, no gadgets on the table.
Ouch.
Di ba? Okay, but we justify. Di ba? Kasi may tatawag mga ganun. But ako we have to be very deliberate no, in this time, in this approach talaga. Kasi yun na nga, kikita ng mga bata. Kikita ng mga bata.
Yeah, may example din ako dyan, Dad.
Okay.
Sa not living an example. So, syempre, di ba, I'm always telling the kids, you know, like, let's be healthy, di ba? Let's eat healthy food and everything. Tapos akong una mag-order ng lechon.
Yeah. Kaya iba palagi kitang ano dyan, i-remind, di ba?
Pero binibigay mo naman yung fat sa akin. So,
Okay. Muna, baka may mga mga messages di natin alam ha.
Yeah. I'm seeing some messages here. Okay. So, I think Doc Arwen is here, is in the room. Barbie is also in the room. Hi, Barbs.
Madge Lynette. Wow, Madge Lynette.
Yes, Lynette.
Caps Roy.
Yes. So
Kumusta
good
kayo?
evening.
No? Happy birthday, Ron. Yung
Yes.
anak niya nag-celebrate kahapon ang birthday.
And of course, Coach Edilor is also in. She's saying good evening. Thank you, Coach Edilor, for your support.
Yeah, palagi
No?
talaga
And
yan,
we have Miss Mary. Hi, Coach Joel.
Coach Joel,
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, and we also have Mary Jean at Vincolag. Yes, good evening. Good evening. Thank you and welcome. Please feel free to share if you have any experiences about role modeling. If you have any comments about role modeling, we'd really be happy to hear from you so that the others, all of us can learn from each other. All right?
Yeah. So kanina, nag-usap tayo on on yung positive role modeling.
Negative.
Negative. Okay? At kita mo nga yung wiring ko di ba? Always talaga, no? Always talaga na about positive. So ngayon, before tayo mag-proceed, no? Ano muna tayo? The words from our sponsors muna tayo.
Break muna tayo,
Break muna
G.
tayo. Sandali,
Oo.
G. Okay?
Okay, we're back.
We're back sa Choose Family, ChooseDay. Okay.
All right. So, we're seeing, of course, no? Ang number one fan natin, Sandy. Hello,
Sandy.
Sans.
Hi.
Good evening.
Hello, parentals. Ayan.
And of course, my BFF, Che. Thank
Che.
you. Thank you for joining us tonight. Please feel free to
Happy
share.
birthday, Baste.
Yes. Hello. Happy birthday, Baste. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So I hope Baste is also watching, no? And the two boys as well. All right. So earlier, Coach Sisoy was talking about yung mga negative, no, impact on role modeling's negative impact, no? So, and which we should be very conscious about,
Yes.
no, and possibly really try to avoid. Tama, Dad?
Avoid, no? Deliberate, no? Intentional, no? Na dapat ano natin to, no? Alam natin na hindi siya maganda, no? So iwasan natin siya, no?
Yes.
Consciously.
And so siguro the question that we ask now is what behaviors kaya that we can model to our children? Okay, so let's switch it to the positive side now. Okay, so first of all is respecting others and as well as respecting yourself. Okay, so as I was mentioning earlier, no, so we model how to treat others, no, in a most courteous way, di ba? Yung hindi tayo nakakasakit ng ibang tao, di ba? And we also model how we value ourselves, no? So like, di ba, we mentioned this in the previous episodes, Dad, na minsan we are very unconscious of the things that we say.
Yes.
Na parang, di ba, minsan sinasabi natin, ang bobo ko talaga, di ba? So parang now the child will now seem to get that message na pwede pala ganon, pwede pala na na I will put myself down just like what my dad does or what my mom does, diba? So no, so valuing yourself, all right? Also they look at our children actually looks at how we are in relations, no, how we do in terms of relations. Are we the type who would rather resolve issues than create them? No. So that is one thing that we can really really try and work at and to resolve, no? Okay. And another is that practice positive communication. Okay, so we've been talking about this several times, no? How we build the self-esteem of a child and all, and all this actually starts with communication. Okay, so positive communication, and we all know that words can be very powerful. Coach Sisoy mentioned that earlier, di ba? The language that we use, the words that we use, no? So therefore we should be very conscious at how we use our words.
Yes.
Okay.
And not only that, yan, yung mga comments natin minsan, di ba? Okay, so our elders, di natin alam, di ba? Okay, so masasaktan, di ba? Okay, for example, di ba? If you're living with your grandparents, di ba? Ay, ito talaga si pabigat, mga ganon. So di mo alam.
Kasi matanda na, comment. So what is the message that we're sending to the children? Pag matanda pala, ganon na. And so, di ba, parang so, di ba? Mag-iba ng yung ugali and how we treat them. Yes, correct talaga, Coach Loretta. Words can really build or destroy people. Yes. Your story, Dad?
Okay. Ay, mayroong comment muna.
Si our number one fan, hey Sans. Yeah, so Sandria is saying, being a role model is an overwhelming responsibility, not only as parents to their children, but also as older siblings to your younger siblings. Sometimes gusto ko na lang maging baby ulit, pero laban Japan para sa kinabukasan, may pinaparinggan si Sandy. Di ba? So,
tama yan, no? Being a role model requires effort, ha? Hindi to, hindi to lang na walk in the park.
Yes, and it does not, many times it does not come naturally.
Yes.
No? So, there's really effort. No? So, So, Doc Arwin is saying, choose. So choose, control, handling outside obstacles, showing empowerment. Thank you, Doc Arwen, for that.
I was telling kanina yung short story, di ba?
Yep.
Yung the grandparent was living with the family. No, meron siyang anak. So ang ginagawa daw nila doon sa lolo nila is yung kainan niya is lang. Diba? Hindi siya pareho sa yung mga normal na plates. No, para bang kasi yun na nga kasi Oliani, dapat tama ba yung term ko? Diba?
Yes.
Nahuhulog, nagsispare yung food. Diba? So meron siyang special lang, yung mga wooden lang. Diba? Tapos pag nahuhulog, pinapagalitan ng tatay
ng anak niya. Okay.
Yes, but the kid, the son was just observing. And one day daw, nakita niya yung tatay, nakita niya yung anak niya, may nagka-curve siya ng mga doon sa kahoy. Kasi tinanong niya, paano yan? Sabi niya, Dad, I'm preparing this para pagtanda mo, ito yung gagamitin mo.
Ito yung gagamitin mo.
Wow. Diba? So,
don't worry, hindi ka gagawa ng wooden spoon.
Yeah, but again,
because
diba?
we treat our elders.
So, yeah. So that it was a breakthrough. Nagbago yung ng tatay. But again, very story lang siya, but totoo yun, may mga ganun sa buhay. So be very careful tayo. Very careful tayo. How we treat our our mga grandparents kasi nanonood yung mga mga bata.
Yes.
Yung mga bata.
No, so tama, no? So words, as I was saying, words are very, very powerful. And so therefore, let's use them to bring, positive vibes, no? So it's really a choice.
Double-edged sword niya yung words daw, diba? You can make or break a person.
Yep.
Diba?
Yeah.
Kaya be very careful. Conscious lang talaga tayo.
Yeah, so it's really a choice, no? Whether you use your words to hurt, criticize,
or to inspire,
offend, or inspire, encourage, or compliment. Diba?
Yes.
So, yeah, no? So, and when the child hears more of the positive side, no, more of the positive words coming out, they tend to follow that, no.
Yes.
Okay, so and yeah, sometimes Sandy is also saying sometimes role models can be found outside of the family. Correct, yes, of the family group, as in the case of the young adults and even older adults. So how do we discern who should be emulated? So this is the question coming from our children, no?
Yes.
So not from a parent, no?
Representing our children.
They're asking now,
Yes.
diba? So how do we discern who should be emulated, no? So the basic good and bad.
Kasi, di ba, halimbawa, yung anak mo, pag uwi, iba na yung mga, para na si Lady Gaga.
Clean na si Lady Gaga ngayon, ha?
Sige, example lang yun, di ba? So, ano mo yan? So, yeah, related to that question, siguro.
Yes, oo. No, so we look up to people, Sandy, no? We look up to people because of certain characteristics. Like, we probably like the way they dress up, or how they move in the circle, or how successful they are, or what, no? But so therefore, how do we choose now? Who do we emulate? Okay, so my tip to you, no, and my words of wisdom, if I should say, Sandy, is really try to look at the positive side of that person, and as much as possible, block off the negative.
Yes.
No, so kasi as I was saying, our role models are humans, no? So may mga positive and negative side yan sila. And so when you say emulate is, when you look at what you want to follow. And I would like to think that if you want to do well in the future, no, it's always the right thing, no, or the positive side that you want to emulate. Okay, so it can be na, you emulate this person because of this particular thing. It's not like the whole being na talaga, yan na talaga ang pinaka-role model mo. Yeah. So pati yung mga negative side, sundin mo.
Especially sa mga, yung sa mga millennials na nagtatrabaho ngayon.
Yes.
Right? So, ang una dyan, just like me, who influenced me is yung direct boss ko talaga before.
Yeah.
Diba? Yan. So, may mga magandang example yung mga boss ko. Kaya meron din mga hindi maganda.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I did is to follow yung maganda. Pero yung mga hindi maganda, tinabi ko yon.
Correct.
Tinabi ko yon.
Kasi each one of us naman are, have our own will. And so by having that own will, you have a choice. You have a choice on what you want to follow. And so and I think the logical choice definitely would always be the right, doing what is right.
Yeah. Influence talaga outside is very grabe ang impact. Pero pati mga bata, 'di ba, yung mga idol nila doon ang pinapangalan. 'Di ba? Pag binyag, 'di ba? Okay, bakit ganyan ang pangalan ng anak mo? Nakuha doon sa mga nila, idol nila.
Yes.
Diba? So ganun ka-influential yung mga role modeling.
Yes, Doc Arwen is saying, in Japan, especially in public schools, they already teach the children work, obedience, respect, and discipline. And yes, that should be one of the basic things that that should be taught in school. However, these things should be taught at home first before in school, because our very first teacher should be our parents. So thank you for that.
Di ba sa Japan, di ba, parang grade 3 hanggang
up to grade 3 no
grade
exams,
3 wala silang pan talaga yung sinasabi ni Coach Arwin.
Character building, values formation, yung mga ganyan.
And when they grow up, they are encouraged to travel.
Because?
Okay, where in fact, di ba, yung anak ni Glenn, di ba, yung nasa Canada. Okay, and I was asking him, bakit, talaga sila, they're encouraged to go out sa country. Kasi, actually, they are groomed to be leaders.
Which one? The Japanese?
Yung mga nasa abroad, isa ko Canada, diba,
okay.
Japanese, diba, yung sila, they are groomed to be leaders. So, dapat, they have to widen their perspective. Kaya ini-encourage sila.
Okay.
Okay, sa atin kasi hindi Di ina-allow yung mga bakasyon, di ba? Kaya doon ko sa nakita kasi yung lang sila, modular lang, di ba? Sabi ko, bakit absent? No. He's mayroon siya ina-answeran. Okay, wala pa tong pandemic so I was tinanong ko siya kasi yun yung mindset. They are also preparing these kids, to become leaders.
Yeah.
Okay, ang ganda ng nila, direction nila.
Yes. Okay. So we actually mentioned so ano pa bang mga ibang behaviors that we can model in our children. So we said respecting others, respecting ourselves, then practicing positive communication. And by the way, that communication does not have to be just words, remember it, non-verbals are also very important.
Very important.
So yan yung, 'di ba? Ikaw ba pag galit ka, nagdadabog ka? Diba? So, kung ikaw na-observe ka ng anak mo nagdadabog, so definitely expect that sooner or later, matuto din yung magdabog sa'yo.
Yes.
Diba? Or for example, when you are talking, or when, for example, the child is talking to you, do you interrupt the child while he's talking, no? So that actually parang communicates to the child na hindi siya important. Diba yung experience natin that, syempre we have 4 children, and the dining table, when we dine together, sometimes it can be, very noisy because every child wants to talk all together, sabay-sabay yan, because they'd like to get our attention, parang let's say, the youngest would probably say, "Hey, mom, do you know what happened in school today?" Or Gaby would say, "Mom, I did something, ganyan. So everybody would like talk.
With action.
Yes, sabay-sabay yan, So I would play the role of a parang traffic police na parang, "Oops, sandali lang. Okay, ikaw muna. Okay, you. Okay, next. Okay, you na naman, Sandy. Okay, next, Kuya. Next, ganyan. Gaby, So, and while that teaches the child to be patient and have some control, but it actually allows us also to give due attention to each one. Na parang we get to manage it, kasi otherwise magtampo, and and when they grow up, they tend to,
everybody wants to be here, di ba?
Yes. Yep. Right?
And may sinabi when I went to Japan, I saw that inscribed in a public school where we visited, and I was fascinated at the big Japanese sign, and no wonder they raised their children that what as they wanted.
Yeah.
Okay, para yung sinabi ni
was fascinated at the big Japanese sign. Yeah, so what sign is that, Doc Arwen? What Japanese sign is that? that way as they wanted. Yeah. Okay. So we'll get back to you, Coach Arwen. Maybe you can you can let us know what sign that is. No? So next, so we were talking about positive communication, no, and another behavior that we can model, no, what another trait, no, that we can model is actually developing positive relationships. Okay, so children look at us at how we build and keep relationships. Okay, so for example, simple actions like ensuring that a child is able to participate in a conversation.
Yes,
yes. And that actually tells them that we value what your opinion is. So yeah, so di ba remember gave Rafi when she was young, how about me? Yung mga ganyan, no?
Yes, okay.
Kailangan talaga siya magsalita, mag-participate talaga, no? Kung anong may comment talaga siya with everything.
Kasi ang ano naman kasi siyempre yung sino yung malakas, siya yung palagi naririnig.
Malakas ang boses. Oo.
At saka yung degree of nila, di ba? Sa family. But again,
but the youngest always also has her say.
Yes.
No? So still on developing relationships, that they also observe how we nurture each other.
Yes.
How we nurture our spouses, and that is very critical when they go into relationships themselves, no? When they grow up, when they have their own families, no? So, no, like it or not, nasusunod nila yan, no? How they would treat their wives, or how they would treat
in line to that, if you really want to show, no, that want to demonstrate love to your kids, no, you show them that you love your wife. Okay? Kaya pag gano'n ang gagawin daw.
Promise. No, so yeah, no, so how you nurture relationships, how you try to get along with other people. No, that's also one way to model, no. So being right is one thing. Always being right is one thing, but also being able to get along with others, even if you disagree on certain matters, no, is also a good trait that we can teach our children as they grow up. Right? Remember the last few episodes that we had? We said, you can always agree to disagree.
Yes.
Right? But
and
still keep the
ang
respect.
learn ko as we journey through life, no, sometimes, no, it's not about being right actually. No. Alam natin na yan.
It's not always.
It's not always being right, but it's about respect. It's about love, no? Na alam mo na no, you don't have to prove na ikaw yung tama.
Yeah.
Di ba? Okay. So,
what is important is what?
Okay, you respect each other, you love each other.
That you show that you love each other.
Yan yung natin yan. Ma-share sa kanila. Okay.
Yes, and another one also that is, how else ba that we can model? It's we can model, being positive, having a positive outlook in life.
Yes.
Okay, so like for example, if you observe your child to be always like, hindi ko naman kaya yan, hindi naman ako magiging successful.
Yes.
Yung mga ganyan, you have to ask yourself, bakit ganito to?
Even the way we dress, even the way we present ourselves is very big impact on the kid. Kaya nga ako, di ba, pupunta ako sa school before, di ba? Kailangan talaga para bang hindi yung you're 50, siyempre expected mo is yung mga gamit mo pang na rin, di ba? Pang 50 na rin, pang senior. But again, I made a choice na dapat, di ba? Yung para ka na rin, no? Hindi naman siguro yung pang talaga pang bata, but the way you present yourself naman. No? Ganun pa, tanungin nga, papa mo yun? Di ba? Para maka-proud na papa mo yun. Di kuya ko. Di ba?
Okay, so here's Doc Arwen. He's saying, when I visited the Japanese children's science expo, it was way beyond advanced as compared to us, and even their Olympic Center, the facilities and food was much better than our Ultra or Rizal Memorial Complex. All right. Thanks for that, Doc Arwen. No? So let's go back now. Let's go back to positive outlook, Dad. No?
Yes.
So as I was saying, if you keep hearing your child say, hindi ko naman kaya yan, di ba? hindi naman ako maging honor, yung mga ganyan. Always putting themselves down. Ano kaya yon? Saan niya kaya nakukuha yon? Baka naririnig niya yan sa'yo as a parent? No, or is he hearing that from somebody else, from a teacher, or So it's really like but when he keeps hearing positive outlook, somebody always saying positive things, somebody who's was so optimistic about things, no? Na-infect yung bata, no?
Yes,
He
yes.
also becomes very optimistic about things. All right, so and this when he learns having a positive outlook, yun, nag-expand din yung mind niya. You mentioned that earlier, that to learning new things,
Yes.
no? Acquiring new skills, yung mga ganyan, no? And expanding knowledge. Yun, no?
Pumasok lang kasi sa mind ko, no? Parang lang siya, no? Out of lang siya. No? Parang medyo lang tayo muna. Lihis lang konti, no? Kasi yung mga bata before kasi, di ba, pupunta sa mga computer, mga shops,
Yeah.
di ba? And di ba minsan kasi doon ginagawa yung mga reports.
Yeah.
I mean before, and I was really surprised, no, na grabe na yung nila, mga languages nila. Okay, sabi ko, wow, di ba? You can afford to say this, di ba? Para mong dina-downgrade yung mother mo, yung mga word na gano'n. Actually, it's not good, ako, I'm telling you. Yung mga word, akala mo okay lang siya, but again, it points out to your mother.
Yes.
Di ba? So respect your mother, respect your parents.
Yeah.
Okay.
So for those who are not yet married here or who are not parents yet, paki-echo please. No? So, yan, no? So, yan, having a positive outlook. Ano daw yan talaga? That's a good thing that we can, model with our children.
Yeah, kasi positive outlook, para ikaw yung naglalala ng church eh. Ikaw yung may ilaw, di ba? Okay. Sabi diyan sabi niya yung ng dad doon sa anak niya, no, son niya. Son, be careful, with your footsteps kasi naglalakad sila. Kaya nakasunod yung bata. Alam mo, sabi ng anak niya, Dad, be careful with your footsteps because I'm following you. Okay, yan. So, kung negative ang outlook na pinapakita ng tatay, yun yung makukuha ng mga bata.
Correct.
Diba? So, as parents, dapat ganun tayo.
Yeah. So another one also is how we can also model really, taking care of ourselves.
Yes.
Taking care of ourselves, no? Okay, so ikaw na magsalita dyan kasi, I'm not a very good role model with that.
Taking care of
Health-wise.
Taking care of your health. Okay, so exercise, di ba? Kasi ang palagi ko namang pinipreach kasi is, ang sinasabi kasi ng iba, time management. Yeah, tama yan, time management, you manage our time. Di ba? Pero remember that time is 24 hours. Palagi yan. But again, ang pinapreach ko is you have to manage your energy. Okay, kasi ang energy kasi is nagpa-fluctuate yan. Right? Okay, and dapat magmamatch yung energy mo doon sa time mo. Okay, and if you are not conditioned yourself, hindi siya condition, how can you deliver to the optimum of performance mo? So yun, ang ginagawa ko is really exercise, and yan, dapat conscious tayo dun sa mga kinakain natin.
Okay.
Healthy food.
Nagiging argument natin palagi. Not between you and me, but with me and the kids, because
especially now. Ako palagi ko minsan sila, ano ka ba daddy? Kasi you have this stage, tumatanda na. I'm not, pero you have to also, yung mga food na, di ba? Yung kaya mong kainin yung bata ka pa, okay lang. Pero as you grow older kasi, you have to be choosy na daw. Di ba? Kasi you want to also be na, makasama mo yung asawa mo, yung mga anak mo, mga apo mo little, you have to preserve yourself.
Yeah.
Okay? So, kaya you exercise, di ba? Okay? And yun, ito talaga sila sabi ni Colsenas, mindset is very important.
Yeah.
Mindset is very important.
Malala ko, one time we had a meeting in I think that was last week. And natatawa ako kasi yung isang speaker was saying, okay, bye guys, stay safe, stay sane. Yung ganyan. So, wow. All right. So, yeah, and I was saying earlier, nagiging minsan, I have to admit, and my children are, right beside us. Nagiging source of argument yan, yung choice of food. because they really want me to be healthy. Parang nabaliktad. No? So sila na nagtuturo sa akin what to eat, what
Yeah.
not to eat, avoid sweets, yung mga ganyan. But so, okay, I'll try to, follow the models. And at this point, my models are my children.
Ang challenge nga diyan because of this pandemic kasi, 'di ba? 'Di ba? Naka-focus ka so ang default talaga is order na lang.
Kain,
Yung mga fast food deliveries na lang, 'di ba?
Yeah,
And you
oo.
justify,
Yes.
'di ba? I deserve this kasi I work hard. 'Di ba?
Naririnig mo yung iniisip ko, Dad.
Yes. So you reward yourself. Yan naman yung ginagawa Food.
I deserve it.
Binging ang ginagawa.
Oh, I'm
Pero
not binging.
Iba, I'm just look at in general, di ba?
Defensive.
Okay, but again, yun yung nangyayari. And sabi nga nila, mahirap magkasakit. I believe ako niyan.
Okay,
Mahirap
Dad.
magkasakit.
Okay, Dad.
Okay.
Okay. And there's also one thing that we can model to our children, no? And I think this is very important. It's also all about, admitting mistakes,
Wow.
and taking responsibility for them. And I know that's very difficult, I really find it very difficult when I need to do that. No, but when the kids were smaller, medyo mahirap.
Yes.
No, because you'd really like to be the parent na parang titingalain ng mga anak na hindi na magkamali. No, but again, we are humans, no, and we do make mistakes.
Yes.
And when I started to learn to do that, I realized that it makes things easier also.
Mm.
No, that yung mga bata, they also learn how to say sorry,
Yes.
and make amends, di ba? So, okay, admitted ako dyan. So, medyo mataas ang pride ko, no? But,
Yeah.
when we say sorry talaga,
May nag-comment si Ann.
hello, Anne, Ali, no?
If the child failed on decision making po ng parents din ba? Or
Not necessarily, I would say, no? Because the role of the parent is to help the child discern, no? Or the offspring discern, right? But at the end of the day, when the child makes a choice, he should actually know the consequences of that choice. All right? And be ready to accept the consequences, whether the consequence is good or bad. No? So, but tayo as parents are there to help them, to guide them, make the right decision.
yeah. Ako naman thank you Coach Yanas, no. Ang ano naman ang sa akin, if you ask me about that. Ako ang palagi kong sinasabi diyan, we parents are just are here to plant the good seed. Okay? Na meron kaming seed tinatanim namin and we know that this seed is really this is one of the best seeds na gusto namin na itanim sa inyo. But siyempre, at the end of the day, it's your choice. Again, no? Okay? And the ground, yung sinasabi, ano yung ground na naman. So that's sa mga bata na naman yan. No? Okay, so that's the role of the parent, no? Tinatanim natin yung tama. Again, it's my contribution ang kasi ayaw din natin na sila, no? Na from the start to finish, di ba? Tayo pa rin na masusunod. Okay.
Yes, and we have a comment again from Dr. Arwen. He's saying a positive outlook is looking out to be positive in life and having a positive look outside.
Yes.
Yes, no. So, in other words, being optimistic that things will turn out well,
Yeah.
and having a positive outlook
And-
also teaches us to hope,
Yes.
right?
And this is very siya ngayon, very evident ngayon. We are in crisis right now. Di ba? We are in pandemic. Ang hirap minsan maghanap ng inspiration. Ang hirap maghanap ng positive outlook. Diba? And saan hugot yung mga bata? Diba? Nakita nila yung mga parents sila, nag-give up na. Diba? So saan sila? And so as parents right now, we have to renew
Yes.
our commitment and our love for our family that hindi tayo pwedeng lumitaw. No? Because kids are holding on to us.
Correct, no? And I think, yan. So, Ali, minsan kasi may iba nagsasabi na may pagkukulang ba kami. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes, parents can actually say that, no? Because they tend to blame themselves for everything that's happening.
Yeah.
They take away yung tendency kasi natin, because we don't want our children to get hurt,
Yeah.
or we don't want them to fail, we do
Yung guilt
everything.
yun eh. Guilt,
We
diba?
do everything for them, no? However, again, we need to accept the fact na ano lang tayo, no? Stewards lang tayo ng
Yes.
mga anak natin.
Ang ganda na sinabi ni
Oo,
Cotenas.
stewards
We
lang
don't
tayo
own
talaga.
them.
Yeah, we don't.
Oo, stewards lang tayo dito.
Mm-mm.
Okay? And no matter what, no, kahit na anong gagawin natin minsan, no, I'm not saying na hindi natin gagawin yon,
Or
di ba?
ano, or anong tawag
Kawalan
nito?
na natin
Oo.
sila. No, we still do. But again, no, at the end of the day kasi, no, it's my choice talaga ang
My
mga
choice.
bata.
Very important, and we've been talking about this in the past episodes. We're saying, allow our children to make choices, but what is important is that they should actually know what are the possible consequences to their decisions and to their actions.
Yes.
All right. And the role of the parent is that whatever the result, no, of that action, kung ano mang consequence na haharapin ng bata, nandun lang tayo sa suporta.
Yes.
No?
Because we are also teaching them accountability.
Correct. Oo.
Okay, tuturuan din natin sila because future, no, they will also become parents. Okay, so we allow them to, sabi nga natin dyan, we allow them to fail. But that's different when you say, and allow them to fail forward.
Fail forward. Learn from their mistakes.
From their mistakes.
Kasi hindi yan sila matututo if we do everything for them, no?
Yes, and babalikan ka rin yan.
Oo. Kasi sabi mo, mami, ganito.
Yeah,
So tayo talaga may ano niyan. May mali niyan, no? But again, I'm saying, it's very not normal to feel that way, no, as parents. Kasi we feel guilty when our children fail,
Yes.
when they get hurt and all. But these are realities in life, no, that they will be facing with or without us.
Yeah.
So we might as well just prepare them for that. No? Tama ba?
Yes,
Tama
tama.
ba itong mga pinagsasabi ko
Yeah,
na?
tama. Kasi minsan yun na nga di ba? Ako rin, guilty ako niyan minsan kasi I don't want them to experience yung mga pinagdaanan ko. Tama naman, no? But again, may mga dapat din mga bagay na dapat madaanan nila. Okay?
Yes.
The challenges. Bigyan mo rin sila ng challenge. Sabi nga nila, if you want your kid to be responsible, put something on their shoulder.
Mhm. Let them carry the
Let
load.
them carry the load. Kasi para naman, no, sabi nga nila, they will not walk yung yon, di ba? Your feet is always on the ground. Okay? Hindi lalaki
Hindi sila
yung ulo.
magle-levitate.
Yeah, di ba? Minsan kasi
Hindi
ganun.
mag-float.
Yeah, So bigyan natin ng responsibilidad. Okay? Para matuto sila. Matuto sila in life.
Dad, meron pa pala akong isang thing na we can actually model, no? And
Yeah.
everybody should also really try. It's really, the value of family.
Wow.
Di ba? Yun ang natin motto. Family first.
Yeah, family
Okay,
first.
so,
Okay.
Yan. So,
Family second.
Ha?
Ganon pa rin. Family first, family second. Yeah, sige.
but, putting value in family, no? So, yun. And when we teach them that very, very early on, no? So that actually resolves a lot of things when they grow up, no? Resolves issues on, probably when they have sibling rivalry, yung value pa rin ng family mananaig yan. When they have conflicts later within the
Yes.
family, it's really that need for them to keep the family together, no? That will really supersede any other feeling within. No, so yun, no. So the value of family, and
Very
they can teach
important.
that to their children as well.
Very
no?
important. And again, hindi ito madali. Ito sila sabi
Again,
ni Cosenas
yes.
na value the family. But in fact, okay, guilty sa trabaho before. Diba? Tatanungin tayo.
Me too.
Okay. Para kanino ka gumigising? Para kanino ka nagtatrabaho?
Yeah.
And the answer is always for the family. And yet, yung mga choices natin minsan, di ba? Hindi for the family, but for the work. And we didn't justify natin. Ano sila sabi sa mga bata? Oy, itong work ko para sa inyo to ha. Di ba? Pabili ng gatas. Di ba? Pagtustos ng ng mga baon ninyo. So we justify. Right? Di ba? But again, di ba? Kung tingnan mo, di ba? Yung di ba? The value of the family is there.
Yes.
The value of the family. Especially, ito, again, by experience, no? Madaling sa Bisaya, pambalibaran ang pamilya.
Paano ba yan si Tino?
Okay, it's
easy to say no.
No to the
the
family.
family.
Kasi the mindset is, they can understand me, right? Diba? So, pag customer ang tumatawag nandoon palagi, always giving the best. But again, sacrificing the family.
Yeah. But we have to remember that, the moment that you are disabled, the moment that you are sick, no, and you are not performing well, the company can get rid of you at any time.
Yeah.
But the family, you're stuck with them. They're stuck with you too.
Yes.
Diba? So yan.
Sabi nga, di ba, that, love, di ba, no amount of success at work can compensate, di ba? Okay, the loss dito sa sa family. Okay, so very important. I'm just renewing nga, hindi ako sinasabi na perfect again.
Again, we're not. We're
I'm
not at
saying
all, no?
this is my experience. Okay, that's why, I took my early retirement at the age of 45.
I'm well past that.
Yeah, hindi. I'm just sharing to them, no, by choice, no. So, kasi yun ko eh, 'di ba? Ang palagi ang sinasabi sa akin ng boss ko noon. Alam mo pare, parang tayo dito, guilty tayo palagi kasi alam na natin na mali yung ginagawa natin. Ginagawa pa rin natin. 'Di ba? Ginagawa pa rin natin. So yun, no. I'm catching up. No, I'm catching up and I'm creating opportunities for my wife, for my family, no, and to other people. Okay?
And wouldn't it be very nice that if you hear your children say, when I grow up, I want to be like my dad or I want to be like my mom. No? And I think that would be the best reward that we would be hearing.
Yeah. Okay. Ang marami nga tayong nakakilala dyan na mga kaibigan na napo-frustrate sila because gusto nila yung anak nila. Okay?
Na
magiging kanila. Kaya sa kanya, lawyer, gusto ko yung anak ko maglo-law. Di ba? Yung doktor, gusto ko magdo-doktor yung mga anak. Okay? And yun. Ni isa sa mga anak niya wala.
And that's, of course, that's frustrating.
Yeah,
yes. But again,
yes.
Again, we're saying that, the child makes decisions for himself. And what is important is that he is fulfilled with what he's doing.
Yes.
No? And, yun ang it cannot be that, we force what we want on our children.
Yeah.
Right? Again, we are just stewards of them.
Yeah.
Right? No? Okay. So I think we're over time na.
Yeah, hindi ko napansin, no?
9:38 already.
Yeah, so wala bang last na itong mga messages dyan?
Let's check, no?
Baka may na-miss tayo.
G, do we have messages here?
Before we wrap up?
Paano ba? Ayan. No, okay. So, alright.
When I visited, ano yan? Mayroong isa.
Hello. Uy, hello, Bernard. Hello. Hi. Kasama namin.
Hi, Bernard. Okay.
Alright. So, okay. Right. So we need to wrap up.
Okay.
Right. So we are, 10 minutes over time.
Sorry, nag-overtime. No?
But it was very...
Nangangaral ang mga parents.
Yeah, and it's good to be learning from you as well.
Yes, I'm very happy doon sa mga comment ninyo and doon sa mga nag-share din.
Yep.
Parenting is really a work in progress. Okay? And whether we like it or not, children are looking at us as models.
Yes.
Okay, kaya tinuturo namin ni Coach Shenos kanina is you should be aware. Ano yung mga dapat nating positive characteristic na dapat conscious tayo, yung mga choices na gawin natin. And on one hand naman, ano yung dapat iwasan natin?
Correct.
Okay? Na hindi naman magiging template ng mga anak natin paglaki nila.
Yes. But again, also, I just want to add, again, let's remember lang din, na again, we are humans, and it's not, these things that we're talking about, madali lang to sabihin, but to really practice them, it can be very challenging.
Okay, and
right? So, ano lang talaga, tawag dito, let's just remember that, we can make mistakes every now and then, but what is important is that we are able to bawi, no?
Yes.
We need to, let's say, for example, you made a wrong choice, no, or you were able to say, something, very unforgivable, and you can actually go back to the child and say, what I did was wrong, what I said was wrong, no?
And that you are teaching the kid humility.
Humility. Yep.
Okay, and save the best for last, sabi nila. Ano yung save the best for last na gusto ko sabihin sa inyo? Okay? Prayer.
Yep.
Okay, if nakikita nila na yung mga parents nila are prayerful, we're teaching them.
Yep.
Okay, especially in month of rosary. Okay, so we encourage everyone to pray the rosary together with the family, because the family that prays together stays together. Okay?
So tama di ba? Sa pamilya, dapat sama-sama. Right? So thank you everyone. Thank you.
So
thank you for being here.
Yeah, we'd like to invite you again sa next Tuesday. Marami tayong maganda naman mga topics sa pag-usapan natin.
Yes.
Okay, so
for another Choose Family Tuesday episode next week, Tuesday at 8:30. So
Okay.
thank you all.
Okay,
Thank you, Daddy, for
thank
tonight.
you, love. Okay, this is Coach Sisoy.
And I'm Coach Senas. Sa pamilya, dapat sama-sama
Sama-sama
sa
sa
TLC.
TLC. God
Thank
bless you. Thank you.
How do you explain? How do you describe a love that goes from east to west and runs as deep as it is wide? You know all our hopes, Lord, you know all our fears. Words could not express the love we feel, but we long for you to hear. So listen to our heart, hear our spirit sing, a song of praise that flows from those you have redeemed. Words we know to tell you what an awesome God you are. But when words are not enough to tell you of our love, just listen to our heart. If words could fall like rain from these lips of mine, if I had 1,000 years, I would still run out of time. So if you listen to my heart, every beat will say, thank you for the light, thank you for the truth, thank you for the way. Listen to our heart. Please listen. Hear our spirit sing. And hear us sing. A song of praise that flows. A song of praise from those you have redeemed. And we will use the words we know to tell you what an awesome God. But when words are not enough to tell you of our love, just listen to our heart. Listen to my heart. Every beat will say, thank you for the light, thank you for the truth, thank you for the way. And listen to our heart. Oh Lord, please listen. Hear our spirit sing. Hear us sing. A song of praise that flows. A song that flows from those you have redeemed. And we will use the words we know to tell you what an awesome God you are. But when words are not enough to tell you of our love, just listen to our heart. When words are not enough to tell you of our love. Just listen to our heart. Listen to our heart. Oh Lord, please listen. Listen to our